Thanks to our sponsors, Telstra Stores, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows. Open Sundays 11 to 3. We're underway now. Quarter number 3. Here's Barry Triffett.
With an 8-point margin as we set into the second term. 5-7 Launceston, 4-5 the Bombers at Lauderdale, and Launceston with first use of the ball in centre field in the third quarter. Tim Bistro now kicks it out wide on the broadcasting side of the ground. Ball bounces awkwardly. All players slip over, but it ends up with Miller. Gets it off here now to Holt. Holt onto the left boot and kicks just inside 50. It's a lovely weighted pass to James Gillow, who marks just inside 50 and will kick from right on the 50-metre line.
That was a good mark, Baz, because he was under a lot of pressure there. Vice-like grip on the ball.
Yes, terrific mark, and distance could test him. He's going to run into what is a sunny, beautiful afternoon now, and it's just almost touched the line and taken kept in, and Mick Thorpe standing at the base of the pack, grabbed it and just poked it through while everybody stood and watched him. He kicks his third in the opening minute of the third term. Launceston moved to 6 goals, 7:43. Lauderdale 4-5-29. A good start in the third term, Macca, to the Blues.
Oh, Darren Winter would be pulling a hair out if he's got much left, because Alex Hill is having a nightmare of a day today. He's a big unit, Alex Hill, and we've seen him play some great defensive games for Lauderdale, but today just doesn't seem switched on. All they had to do was come across there and punch it over the line. That's a coach's killer, as they say. So great start to Launceston Football Club.
Now, Baz, I forgot to start the clock, so add a minute to it each time you look at it. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, minute 20 gone.
Yes, and of course, if you're listening at home, the scoreboard and that has the time clock on it is up behind us, so we do it from the computer of Dave Moore as the ball is tapped down there now by Leadham. Launceston getting on top late in that second term in the ruck, and they continue to do it now, but the quick hands out of it ends up with Siggins. Siggins of Lauderdale kicks in towards the half-forward line there, looking for Trupp down there in the forward line now, I think. And it's bounced away from him and across the boundary line, and there will be...
Yeah, so Wiggins has gone back and Trupp's gone forward. He had to throw something around, did he, Darren Winter, because they just weren't playing any good team footy at the moment. Whether it's, Josh McGuinness we haven't seen much of, he's just getting dragged out of the play, so well done to the Ben Killalee's playing that role on Josh McGuinness as a defensive forward.
Well, the ball actually went out of bounds on the full. The kick back in from Robbie McManus has gone over the back of the pack where Smith gets it out towards
that is Ben Killelee. He's playing an awesome job at the moment on Josh McGuinness, Baz.
Oh, he's been tackled now. He tried to get around him and couldn't quite do it. Ends up out there with the Lauderdale player who gives it straight back towards Launceston, and the ball's on Smith's wing on the outer side there, but Lauderdale somehow running out of the pack there with the ball is Bellchambers, and he kicks deep in towards the half-forward line, and here's the switch of Edward Trupp up into the full-forward position, and he's marked just inside 50, deep in the forward pocket.
Yeah, he was one of their better defenders in the first half. He was playing deep on Thorpe, but Hill's gone back to him, and Trupp's gone forward. He's a lively type, is Trupp, the boy from South Australia via the Darwin Buffaloes. Up there, Baz, you've been up to Northern Territory and watched any of their summer footy up there?
As a matter of fact, I haven't, but I do watch a little bit of it on telly.
NITV, yes. It's a good competition up there over summer.
Now, Trupp, he kicked the ball out beautifully from full back in the first quarter, and he's kicked it the distance here, but it's offline, it skids through for a minor score. So Lauderdale move along to 4 goals, 6:30, and Launceston a 6-7-43, and we've played just on 2.5 minutes of the third term.
A little kick comes out from Boyd to Jake Smith, who takes the mark in the back pocket. He plays on, gets his kick away under a little bit of pressure. Up here looking for Blackberry. Clears him, clears Holt into Taylor. Taylor's tackled immediately by McManus. The ball up, and then what we want to know, Macca, is have you got a place on Jim Wilkins' committee yet? Because
as I said, I read that piece months ago, and there was not one mention of schools. I tell you what, Julie Kay gets it. Don't worry.
Yeah, you had a bit of chat to her afterwards. Yeah, it's good to see.
Yeah, just she gets it.
She's on board.
She gets it.
Lead him round the corner, up here towards wide on the wing. Takes the ball, quick kick away, little spiral kick. As the umpire says it's out of bounds to the foot. Yep.
For me, Dave, it's not about an AFL team in the future. It's about just getting kids playing footy again, because there's a lot that aren't. I mentioned mountain biking. We have more boys at school now that sign up for mountain biking, Baz, than they do footy.
Wouldn't doubt that one little bit.
Let alone soccer and basketball. We can't get enough basketball coaches and basketball courts here in Launceston for the basketball teams. So some challenging times ahead here in football. But that's as it is all around Australia too. Like, that's not just for Tasmania. It's a challenging thing to get footy up and going.
Wiggins finds Karanua. Karanua takes the mark. defensive side of the ring. You launch another attack here for Lauderdale.
Kirinoya with the left boot, right in front of the broadcasting position, kicks on centre wing, ball thumped back in towards the centre of the ground. Trump runs in there for the Lauderdale side, handballs over the top to Baker. Baker set up on the ball, breaks loose, and it's been adjudicated as an illegal throw. So a terrific tackle by Holt, gets the handball out to Blackberry, who pinpoints a pass beautifully into Alex Wright. The big fella just stands deep in the half-forward line for the Blues and will turn around and have a deliberate shot for goal 40 metres out directly in front.
That's what the Launceston Blues have been missing at times, is that classy inside 50 kick. And now Jay Blackberry's back. He's only going to get better from here as he gets the runs in the legs. And Alec Wright, he's a defender turned forward. Kicked 8 goals for the year, Baz.
Well, got a big opportunity here to kick one. He won't get anything more simpler than this. The umpire just watches it go straight over the peak of his cap. So Alec Wright kicks his first goal in the third term for the Blues, and Launceston move along to 7-7-49, and Lauderdale 4-6-30. That's the biggest margin of the day. That's 19 points, and we've played just on 5 minutes of the third term.
How about the tackle, Macca?
Yeah, Grant Holt, awesome tackle, forward line pressure. And look, I've been watching Siggins, Sam Siggins here, you know, AFL recruit. He's running around as a midfielder, but they've got him and Smith both running around as midfielders with not much pace. I'd get Siggins out of the centre square and I'd put someone in there with a bit more spark and sit Siggins just across half back or even forward at centre half forward just to direct some play here at the moment, because this game's getting away from the Southern Bombers in Lauderdale.
Matthew McGee for City Park Radio Sport. As the ball was in the centre, bounce, lead him, thumps it forward. On the follow-up though, it's Franklin, can't pick it up. Brown bustled out of the way, taken by Saunders. Left foot kicks a lovely one to Trupp, who marks just outside 50. He plays on immediately. He's got a player to switch to across half forward. Ball bounces the advantage now of Walsh. Kicks around the corner towards the goal square. Conway's there, can't quite take the mark. Sees it through forward behind. Lauderdale 4-7-31.
Of course, Thor Boscott's one they've lost, Dave, and he's that one that normally gives them that spark, whether it's on ball or whether it's up forward, and they just don't have that spark today.
Electric. A nice kick out of defence to Tyrrell. Not sure who took that kick, but it was beautiful.
Miller Hodge.
Thanks, Macca. Tyrrell now gets it to Brown. So good foot skills here from the Blues. Brown gets around, he takes him on, that's what Macca wants him to do. Gets it to Miller, kicks deep forward, Holt one out. He might get the front position, it bounces, nobody touches the ball. Holt thumps it forward. Here's Killerley. Thorpe off the ground. Oh, and player's gone down there.
Thorpe has collected Bryce Walsh with his left shoulder.
And Bryce Walsh is slow to get up. He's copped a lot of injuries over the time as Bryce Walsh.
Thorpe being a big unit just didn't break stride, just kept running, and anyone that got in his way copped it.
No free kick.
That'll be looked at.
There's umpire just holding play up here.
I think he's getting the book out.
Well, that's a delayed port. Why wouldn't he have done it?
Yeah, play kept on going. No free kick. It's going to be a ball up, 20 metres out, so very curious. But he is writing in the book.
Yeah.
The umpire.
It should be a free kick if he's writing the book, shouldn't it?
Well, it was high.
We have to presume it was for that incident, but it was a long time after. There was no free kick.
They handed out some big MRP decisions, didn't they?
Anyway, we're going to have a ball up, 25 metres out from Launceston's goal, attacking position. Hill goes against Thorpe, gets it down towards Miller now. Miller handballs to Wright, gets smothered.
Well done.
Fantastic work there from Baker. And Wright was out there, he just had to snap on goal. It was going through and Baker got the hands to it. It was a great smother.
I think Baker's one. Foz, I reckon we've caught him one touch early on and that's it. Like, he can go through the midfield. At the moment, he's locked down defender.
Front position, Thorpe. Puts his left hand to it. Harper, quick snap. Across the face, will dribble out of bounds.
I really wanted to ask Julie Kay if they didn't win the premiership, is Darren Winter...
I think you intimated that, Mac.
Well, I wanted... Because I think maybe they need someone new, because he's getting out coached today.
Welcome to our Lauderdale listeners. Down south.
Call it as it is.
No, it's good.
Don't mince words here, Dave.
I like it, I like it.
One City Park today.
There's Polferman around the corner.
Oh, no.
Thumped away by Baker. Walsh does well, he gets to it. Out now to Wright, to scramble on the far side. Wright does well again. Can he get a foot to it? He might be penalised there. Held on to it a long time.
You're right. As that is holding the footy.
Yep. There's the kick now, defence blindly. It's going to be out of bounds on the full. So Bristow will take the free kick. Gets it in short though to Harper. Can't take it. Polferman. Handball over the top. Hodge, standing kick. Beautifully smothered there by Saunders.
Now they've got to go, Lauderdale.
Conway in the follow-up. to Harper on his left. Launches. Chance for Seymour. Front position takes it. Too far out to score.
It's good news for Mitch Thorpe that Bryce Walsh is up and playing again. That's always good news because the MRP does take into consideration if there is any after effects.
Well, Fletcher Seymour is going to have a deliberate shot for goal. Dave says he's too far out to score. It will take his very best kicker, you'd have thought. And it's going to have to float back in a little bit from that forward pocket. He's right in front of the where the players run out the race. His drop punt kick is right at the top of the square. Hurried handballs over the top, ends up with Mitch Thorpe, who puts it on the left boot and pokes at it, and it goes through for a minor score. So the Blues move along to 7 goals, 8-50, and it's Lauderdale 4-7-31, 19-point margin in the third quarter. We're playing here at Windsor Park as it's taken here by Edward Trupp, who's back up on the back line again. He gets it out here a little bit wider to Sam Burge. He kicks it in midfield. He's looking for, and he's finding his teammate there in McGuinness. He puts it onto the boot and goes a little bit deeper down to where the floating Keranuk takes a nice mark just outside 50, puts it onto the left boot, and he's looking for Elliott, and Elliott marks right on 50, and our umpire invites him to play on. He just spun around on the mark. He's kicked it out wide, deep towards the forward pocket. There's a Lauderdale mark on the far side. Macca will put the glasses up.
Robbie McManus, I believe. Yeah, Robbie McManus.
Robbie McManus is the recipient of the free kick as he picks himself up off the ground, and he'll go back and kick from just inside 50.
Well, I'm calling it Robbie McManus. So hard to see. They don't have any numbers. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Robbie McManus, the same one. Looks the same as the bloke who had the shot before. Lauderdale need this one. Yes. What's the margin, Foz? 19. They desperately need this one. Otherwise, the game is getting away from them.
I think they've only had one shot for goal in the third term. A shot from Edward Trump a little earlier on. And there's a McManus kick. A goal umpire works to his right, says that's a minor score. And you need goals, Lauderdale, to stay in touch in a fairly low-scoring game. Smith will bring the football back in for Launceston. The sun really starting to get into the eyes of the players now as he shields his eyes from that sun. Kicks out wide, and a big lumbering Hayden Smith rolls out of the pack and takes a nice chest mark 80 metres from goal. Chips it inboard, looking for a teammate. Found him. It's McManus again, I think.
Yep.
He kicks it with the right boot. I don't know who his target was because it's gone straight over the top and it's all Launceston. The kick out of the fence goes in the right direction, but it's thumped away by Phil Bellchambers. There'll be a throw in just outside the 50-metre half-forward line for Lauderdale.
Lauderdale just seem to lack structure down there, don't they? They've just got no one to kick to, and when they do, they just turn the ball over. So some interesting times at the moment for that forward line. It's been the same all day for Lauderdale.
Nice tap out to Siggins, who's just possessed. Now out to Sutton, who's trying to pick it up on the boundary line and roll out. We've got a half-time score in the rep game for our southern listeners. Old Scholars Association, 8-6-54, the SFL 7-6-48. So a bit of words spoken during the week about that game.
I was about to say that, wasn't there? Yeah. The Old Scholars, you know, you'd think that they would be not as good a side as the SFL, but of course SFL have struggled in rep footy of recent years, and Alex Gilmore, it was from the Old Scholars, was quite happy to put the Old Scholars up and about.
As now it's a push in the back or a high tackle is laid on. That's Josh McGuinness, the number 43. It's a long way out. Man on the mark right on the 50, goes short and finds Sutton. Has to turn and play on straight away. Reece Sutton. Nice long kick by Sutton. That might go through. Just offline to the right. Spurning a couple of opportunities here. 4-9-33 to 7-8-50. 13 and a half minutes gone. Jake Smith has the ball. We haven't had AFL for a while, Macca. If you're on to that. The next stop.
That one.
Next stoppage is Smith now. Releases from fullback. Out here towards Leaderman Smith. And nice mark over the back to Siggins. He's starting to come into the game. A couple of possessions recently. Repeat inside 50s at the moment for the Southern Bombers. To the hot spot. And Vandervelde front position almost gets Elliott there. Burge. Flying shot for goal. Sam Burge. That's a goal for Lauderdale. And a vital one too. Puts them back within 2 goals. 5-9-39 to 7-8-50. And the number 25 there, Sam Burge, new recruit this year for Lauderdale, gets his first goal. The margin's back to 11 points. Macca AFL.
Well, our boundary rider Chris Sayer is going to be pretty happy because it's surprisingly St Kilda. They're a point in front of Collingwood. 23 minutes gone, third quarter. 8-11-59 lead Collingwood 9-4-58. And your Brisbane Lions, Foz, that you're transitioning away from, They're 7-8-50, leading the Adelaide Crows 6-8-44.
A couple of tight contests there. Goal to Sam Burge, the boy from Queanbeyan in the ACT, has narrowed the margin to 11 points. 14.5 minutes gone, 50 plays 39. Here's Barry Triffett for City Park Radio Sport.
Lauderdale had the last 4 shots at goal. They was always going to kick a goal if they kept peppering away, and that was the result. Launceston need to settle back down now, get back into the game. It's been Lauderdale in the last 5 minutes as Joby Harper takes it out of the centre square, kicks the ball inside 50, picked up here beautifully by Killerlee, gets it out a little bit wider, and there's a free kick for incorrect disposal. It's going to go the way of Lauderdale. And the umpire blows the whistle for about the 3rd time. And finally it ends up out there with Baker, who kicks it out wide here now, looking for Alex Hill. He's on half back, gets it over the top here now, looking for Wiggins. Wiggins kicks it on centre wing, broadcasting side of the ground. It's thumped away by Harper. Thumped it away there from Burge. Ball goes to ground level, taken here now by Raglione. He gets a old 1-2 back and then kicks it to the left boot straight to the opposition player back there in Jack Tuttle.
That's where I want to see Siggins. I want to see Siggins leading from centre half forward and giving them someone to kick to across half forward. They've moved Wiggins and they've lacked a little bit of firepower because McGuinness is playing deep. Gilby's been unsighted. Let's be totally honest. We haven't seen him at all, one of their leading goal kickers.
Well, the ball from Taylor was picked up off the pack by Sam Burge, who was under the pump a little. Ball didn't go very far, and there'll be a throw up right on centre wing, broadcasting side of the ground. And it's Launceston 7-8-50, Lauderdale 5-9-39. We've played 15 minutes into the 3rd term. Heading towards 3/4 lemons as the ball goes to ground level again, taken away here by Burge, gets the handball out to the helmeted one in Anderton. He was under the pump and Smith sockers it off the ground for the Blues, back up along the centre wing, back to Anderton again. Gets it off a little bit further to Baker. Handball quickly inspired to Wish Wilson. Wish Wilson with the right boot pinpoints the pass, and it's an absolute beauty in there to Gilby. Gilby spins onto the right boot, puts it out wide. And here comes McGuinness out from full forward to take a nice mark just out on 50. He'll chip over the top of the left boot. He's got someone on offer down there, and in fact it's McManus who's had a bolus of kicks in the 3rd term. He's had 2 or 3 deliberate shots at goal. And Robin McManus will have another one. This time he's a little closer to the goal.
There it was, Dave. The centre half forward mark from Gilby. He's been unsighted, and all of a sudden he takes a mark, and they structure up a lot better, Lauderdale. But young Tuthill has done an awesome job on Gilby in the last couple of quarters he's been on him.
Robin McManus, very deliberate. Lauderdale clawing the way right back into the game. 19 points. The Blues led by about 5 minutes ago. There's his kick now. Goal umpire hardly moves. Robin McManus kicks his first goal for the day. Been a good player in the 3rd term. And the margin now has been reduced back to 5 points because Lauderdale are 6 goals, 9.45. Launceston 7-8-50. And we've played 16.5 minutes of this 3rd term. I
mentioned before the game, boys, he's one of my favourite players in terms of just goes under the radar, McManus. Back in his early Mariner days, he was super fast. Yep. He was very lean. He's put on a lot of weight since then, but he just gets under everyone's radar out on that wing. Casey Brown just needs to do a little job on him at the moment. He's had probably 4 shots at goal already today, McManus. For the 1 goal.
Launceston kicked the first 2 goals of the 3rd quarter, and Lauderdale have kicked the last 2.
Yeah, Siggins has gone in the ruck with Hayden Smith off the ground. I actually don't mind that.
Margin is 5 points. Just checking the scoreboard. Yes, that's correct. Out to the middle, is that Seymour? Yes, it is on the left foot. Up towards half forward. They haven't had many inside 50s of late. The Blues. Falls out of Bristow. Pressured kick will fall to Jeremiah Perkins, who takes a one-handed mark. The boy from Sorrel goes to play on. Now he kicks, looking for Bryce Walsh, but Blackberry will probably get there first. Confronted by Walsh. Spills to Sutton, one of the best for Lauderdale. Always tackled, but he's got support there from Bryce Walsh. He's got a bit of space now. He can steady. Kicks to that half-forward line, and Ben McGuinness takes the mark. 2 kicks out from goal. He goes sideways and finds a teammate there in Trupp, who's been moved forward. Trupp kicks, and not well, although it might work out all right. Here comes out to Kerenaya. His kick's not a great one. It might be downfield. It is.
He's pushed.
It's McManus will be the beneficiary. We'll be back on play. It's the call, Macca.
I didn't see it actually. I was looking.
It was a fair way after, and that's probably why you didn't see it.
It was in the back after the kick, I think, because if it was on the kick, it would have come back. But after the kick, might have been against Tyrrell, I think.
So I'm pretty sure that's Robbie McManus once again.
Yeah, tucked away.
Right over on the boundary line near the fence. He's about 25 out.
He's going the banana.
He is. Now is he done? Umpire moves to his left slightly and signals one behind. 6:10:46 to 7:8:50. So since half time, they've kicked 2 goals 5. As it's a kick out now, comes out to Blackberry, who'll clear from half back.
And the lovely raking left foot kick of Blackberry's in the Thorpe direction, but it's thumped away from him. The defence there ends up with Smith at ground level. He's got it below his knees, the big fella, as he kicks it very poorly though, straight towards Smith. Gets it over to Seymour. Launceston out of the defensive zone there again with Bristow, and he's been held up on half back.
That was much better, Alex Hill. Aggressive at the play. That's what we've been known from him over the years, especially on his matchups of Mitch Thorpe.
And the ball has been cut off here by Franklin. And Franklin's on centre wing for Lauderdale on the outer wing. He kicks it now in towards half forward. He's looking for a player there in Kiranu, and he's got it just outside 50 with the left boot. Kicks inside looking for McGuinness. It's off the top of the pack, breaks down to where Sutton runs onto it. Been a great player for Lauderdale today. He's got plenty of time as he twists and turns and hooks it far too much. Through for a minor score. Lauderdale should be in front. They've had about the last 6 or 7 shots at goal, and I think they've kicked 1 goal, 4 or 5 or something. So they're just offline here at the moment. If they kick straight, they'd be leading the game at 3/4 time, but at the moment they trail by 3 points because they're 6-11-47, 7-8-50 Launceston Blues.
2-6 for the quarter they've kicked.
Yeah.
There's a little short pass comes out in the back pocket to Seymour. Low kick, or clears his targeting Gillow. Chance for McGuinness over to Bell Chambers. He's looking for a handball option. He's taken the mark right on 50. He might let fly here. He's a good long kick. He's signalling that's what he's going to do. Now he has to come round, says the umpire. Phil Bell Chambers from 55 out. Winds up. Kicks long. Kicks well. Kicks accurately. What a great goal from Bell Chambers. And that puts Lauderdale back in front. That's his second for the day. And he had great confidence that he could carry the journey. And carry the journey he did. Bell Chambers, 2 goals. 7-11-53 Lauderdale. Launceston 7-8-50. Last 3 Macca. They're right back in the contest. In fact, they've hit the front.
Yeah, look, it's just that on-ball brigade at the moment. They just can't get the ball forward of centre. Mitch Thorpe's imploring them to get in together and get these centre clearances. But I mentioned it all the first half. They just lack that midfield depth, and come these late in games, it's just hard to hang on. But Fletcher Seymour's in there, Bristow and Dunellen, they're the ones. Bryce Walsh has come into the game since he copped that knock, spurred him along a bit. Nat Franklin in the middle. So some great contests.
Launceston have only had about 3 opportunities in this third term. Lauderdale have had about 10 goes at the goals.
Inside 50s, sorry Baz, inside 50s groups.
7-3 Lauderdale play.
Yeah.
And the ball somehow ended up with Ludham. I don't know how, but he's kicked it inside 50. Ball bounces awkwardly. Here's an opportunity for Launceston Thorpe. Handballs to nobody though. He just hurried it out of defence, and that's allowed Lauderdale. The tackle's been applied by Ludham, but it's been applied too high according to the umpire, and Jeremiah Perkins will take the free kick on the half back line. Gets it off to Wiggins, who's deep in defence. I don't know what that did for the club, but the ball comes back in towards us, right in front of the broadcasting position here. The target was Sam Burge, but it was punched away from him by the bustling Casey Brown, and the throw-in will take place right in front of us.
He did well there, did young Perkins. I thought Hamish Lee was going to swallow him up and spit him out, but he crunched him, but he got up the youngster.
22 minutes into the third term. Ball goes down where Launceston soccer it off the ground with Seymour. Ends up here with Siddons. He's got it now for Lauderdale. It's gone high and it's gone towards centre wing. Burge is in under it again. Oh, he was tackled by Seymour as soon as he took possession of the ball. No prior opportunity. Bounce up right in front of us again here in the broadcasting situation. It's Launceston 7-8-50. Lauderdale 7-11-53. A 3-point margin as we head into time on here in the third quarter. Anybody's game at this stage. Smith, the big lumbering ruckman, working manfully. Gets the tap down in the Burrs direction. Couldn't take possession of it. Ends up back there with Bell Chambers. He can't take possession either. Launceston players pile on top of the mill. And the umpire could have played it in the back there, and that would have saved him having to throw the ball skywards, but he elected not to. And there will be a throw up here right on centre wing.
They've definitely lifted. Bell Chambers is getting himself right in amongst it at the moment.
Oh, fantastic tap out here to Henry Caranu, and he runs towards the boundary line there, but the ball will go out of bounds after being tackled. And there'll be a throw in right on the area where Lauderdale run out from. The sheds they change in here at Windsor Park. And there's the throw in down in front of those sheds, and Smith's back in front again. He's really starting to get on top of Leadham in the last 15 or 20 minutes in the ruck. Ball goes back to ground level. Launceston player, and Dunellan's thrown out of the pack, but the umpire said having nothing of that. Now they lost a bit of control in the second term, and things are starting to happen and liven up again here in the third. There'll probably be a free kick plucked here to settle the players down very shortly. Leadham's up and down before the ball actually gets there. Seymour is there as well and been thrown to the ground with the ball again. The umpire has found a free kick, and it's incorrect disposal of the ball, and it will go the way of Bryce Walsh. Or is it Siggins? No, it's Walsh who applied the tackle. So Walsh with the ball now. Will kick inside 50. It's too long for his teammate. Nobody wanted it. It was Dunellan who tried to take it. Smith got it for Launceston. Handball's out to where Brown puts it over the top. Ends up back there with Siggins. He's had the ball smothered. Ball goes to ground level. Lauderdale with the ball. Ends up there with Wish Wilson. He's been tackled. Ball goes to ground again. Could be a too high to the Launceston player. Here it is. And there'll be a free kick, and I think it could be Smith there at the bottom of the base of the pack that'll pick himself up on the half-back line for the Blues.
Yeah, correct. Gee, Siggins has had his kick
Got a reversal. Got a reversal. It was going to happen. It was remonstration with the Lauderdale player.
I told you something was going to happen.
And it could also be 50. It's going to wait here. I'm not sure whether it's going to be 50 as well. I'm sure it's a reversal. No.
I think two umpires had two different opinions.
It's crucial, Launceston.
Yep,
Thorpe's not happy, sitting down here at full forward. Jake Smith too, like if it was him down there remonstrating and that, he's got enough experience. Especially when the ball's inside 50, Baz. You don't mind giving one of them away if it's on half-back flank.
No.
Now they're going to have a shot for goal, and it's going to go to Raglione.
Nick Raglione, former Clarence player. 45-degree angle, long way out, it has to be said. Distance could be a concern. As Raglione on the left foot delivers, certainly got the accuracy. It's got the distance. It's a goal. Great goal from Nick Raglione, and a punishment there for the Blues for a bit of indiscipline. They had the free kick reversed, and Lauderdale now, that's their biggest lead for the game. They're out now by 9 points, 8-11-59 to 7-8-50, and we're deep in the third quarter. Siren imminent.
They kicked 4-6 they have, and they probably could have kicked a few more, Baz.
Lauderdale.
So they're all over at the moment. It's just that midfield group, the Bryce Walshes, the Phil Bell Chambers is in there. And they've just got their knees dirty this quarter, and they've just got their hands on the footy first, winning the clearances, and it's given their forwards a crack at it.
Had a couple of beautiful shots for goal this quarter. One from Bell Chambers from 55, and one from Raglione, which is almost the same distance.
And just those wingers just getting out of control at the moment for Launceston Footy Club.
Round the back of the contest is Franklin. Out here towards Sutton. Nearly takes the mark. Brown does well. Gets the handball away. They need a late goal of Blues if they can. Here's a chance with Jacob Boyd. Over to Dunellan. Should launch long. Sorry, not far away. Out here towards Brendan Taylor, who's been a little bit quieter today. Fumbles. He's on the top there at Burge. Ball is released. Killey working hard. Can't escape. Yeah, ball up. 28 minutes gone.
Yeah, well, Taylor's one of those ones, Foz, that could go through the midfield. So whether he's carrying an injury or he's just not fit enough, we've seen him play a lot better than what he has today.
As it comes out of the contest, here it's Palfreyman.
Speaking of quiet.
Yep, left foot kick. Chance here to Holt. He nearly took the mark. He gets up, scoops out to Killey. Release to Taylor for score.
Oh, he's had a listen.
Brendan Taylor. What an important goal that is for the Blues. And good work in tight there from Holt and Killey. And Brendan Taylor kicks his first for the day. 8-8-56. Plays 8-11-59. And I tell you what, the Blues really needed that goal. Well, Titans up again.
That's what we've known Brendan Taylor for. He's got his speed, and he can just cause headaches, whether it's forward or midfield, as he goes into the midfield now. But Palfreyman as well, boys, we mentioned, we haven't called him a real lot.
Well, there's been a lot of quiet Launceston players in the third term.
Yeah, but the good thing is, what's the score, Fozzle?
3 points the diff.
3 points the diff. So they're still right in it come three-quarter time. They're going to be right in the game in the last quarter. It's going to be up for anyone's grab.
And we played 28.5 minutes, so at almost three-quarter time. 19-point margin's been the biggest margin, but most of the day it's just been within a goal either way. Oh. And the ruck goes down to William, but it bounced awkwardly for the big fella as the siren sounds to complete the third term. And the scores at three-quarter time, Launceston 8-8-56. And they trail Lauderdale, who are 8-11-59. The goal kickers for Lauderdale, Phil Bellchambers has kicked 2, so too has Ben McGuinness. And then it's singles to Sam Burge, Robbie McManus and Ryan Wiggins. And for the Launceston Blues, Mitch Thorpe has 3 singles to all the other players in James Gillow, Jay Blackberry, Alex Wright, also